Hi there. Are you sick and tired of the overwhelming clutter and anxiety in your life? If so, you're going to want to listen to this video. Hi, I'm Steve Conlon and I'm with Mojo Life Coaches. I'm co-founder with Elaine Stefanos, my partner, and what we do is work with people all the way from just dealing with a little bit of clutter all the way to extreme hoarding. And we have come up with the Clutter Your Home and Mindset formula, which has delivered 98% success rate with all of our one-on-one clients. So we were getting a lot of people coming to us and saying, you guys are having some extreme successes with your clients. Can you teach us what you're doing? Or can even psychologists and psychiatrists are coming to us all around the world saying, you guys are getting miraculous results. What are you doing? What's your secret sauce? So we have decided in the because of the holidays and because we want to get this material out to more people, because there's a lot of suffering going on out there and it's unnecessary, because Elaine and I have really come up with a proprietary formula of how to break people from the stuckness that clutter can really have on your life. It affects your family, it affects your finances, it affects your physical health, your safety. People don't realize all the safety issues. One out of four people in a burning home are due to a hoarder somewhere or a clutterer somewhere in the building, like a condominium building or something like that. So it's a serious issue. So that's what Elaine and I, our whole mission, because we had some family members that dealt with it, and there were just way back many years ago, there were no resources to really deliver results. So that's what we're all about. So really, we want to deliver great content in this video to you. We want to educate you. And then if you like what you hear and you want to take it deeper, we'll show you a way that you can do that also. Okay? So again, if you don't know, some of you on our list, you know that we are the author of the Hoard No More Rescue Kit. A lot of you already have that. And then in addition, this is our newest product. It's called the Clutter and Anxiety No More program, because we were having so many people ask us, your coaching and your therapy is so powerful. Can you please just put it all like into the best of package? So that's what we did, because the market was asking for it. So we ended up putting it into 8 CDs, our best strategies, tools, our certain stories. We even have a lot of our group calls in there where a lot of men and women are actually getting amazing breakthroughs right on the line, so you can actually be a little bit of a fly on the wall. But that's not why I'm here today, is to tell you about that, but those are the programs that we have. But today I just really want to teach you a lot of things about clutter, and because a lot of people have misconceptions about what it is all about. Okay, so it's a very backwards thinking behavior. So again, our formula, which is proven, we worked with over thousands of clients, and we have a 98% success rate. So I would listen up if I were you. Okay, so give you a little bit of background of how Elaine and I came about. Is we have been trained and certified and coached by the world-renowned Tony Robbins, along with Chloe Madonis, who is rated one of the top 20 family therapists in the world. In addition to a lot of other spiritual leaders and things like that, we've gotten a lot of training. So our proprietary formula is due to us going out and getting a lot of different modalities and putting it all together, so it actually gets results. So again, we have a 98% success rate, which blows our mind still. And we are the co-author of the Clutter and Anxiety No More and the Hoard No More Rescue Kit. We're also speakers at NAPO, which is the National Association of Professional Organizers, and NPR. We've been interviewed on the radio and newspapers. And also, Corey Chalmers is a very dear friend of ours. He's on the Hoarders TV show, on the Emmy-nominated A&E TV show. So we've worked with him in getting a lot of this material together, because he has 20-some years of experience in cleaning up houses of extreme clutter, and so he has a lot of good insights. So he's a close friend of ours. In addition, So why we're here is to help people who are just so sick and tired and just so overwhelmed. Like, where do I start? I am so frustrated. I try to clean up, and then the voids of where I've just cleaned up just concave and they fill up again. And you're like, how does this happen? Or maybe you've even gotten professional organizers, you've gotten cleaning companies, and it comes right back. And the reason that is because there's a 97% recidivism rate if you just clean up the stuff, the things. That will not solve the issue. We have seen it time and again, done many different ways. If you address the things, that is just the symptom. You're not getting to the core issue. And I like to say that a good analogy is if you look at like a big mountain, when you start addressing the things, that is the mountain itself, but that's a hard mountain, right? To kind of chip away and to move. But if you get down to the lava which formed the mountain, and you address the lava, then all of a sudden the mountain can collapse and go away. And that's actually a good analogy of what we do, is we've found the secret formula to get to the lava, the core issue, and then the symptom, which is just the clutter, then miraculously melts away. Okay? And we deal with a lot of the issues of why people hold on to things. It's very painful for them to let go. That's what we get into. And that's what we're here today to give you great content and show the world what's going on out there, because there's a lot of pain and suffering going on. So, okay, so we have the formula, and again, the reasons you fail is because you're addressing the mess, not the mindset. The mindset is the issue, and we can tell you that with 1,000% confidence. It's the mindset, not about the stuff, not about the clutter itself. Okay, so I hope you believe us on that, and we're going to show you, we're going to give you a couple videos here and really give you some great content, and we'll take you step by step through it. Okay, so again, the clutter is the symptom, not the cause, and you need to deal with the emotions and the psychology of what the issue is why am I acquiring these things? Why am I shopping for these things? And that we have the answers for that. We've worked with thousands of clients, so we've seen patterns and we know exactly what it is and what to do about it to stop it. And it's painless and it's very, very quick, because we've taken the time down that literally within weeks you can take care of this. So it's really exciting. So we're all about getting to the core issues and not dealing with the mountain or the stuff itself. So it's interesting, when we first work with people, we don't even talk about the things, because that's just the symptom, and we know that. So cleaning clutter is 80% psychology and 20% mechanics. Because if I asked you, do you know how to pick up that thing and throw it into the trash can, or take that thing over to Goodwill, or how to recycle that thing, what would you say? Oh, of course I do. It's not the mechanics. And you are so smart out there that are dealing with clutter, because 70% of people who deal with extreme clutter are highly intelligent, really, really smart. So we know that you get that. Now get this. This is the amazing part. There was a study that was done, and 84% of the 330 million people in the United States alone are worried their home isn't clean or organized enough. Get that. So if you're sitting there thinking, I'm broken, there's something wrong with me, there's a lot of people. You're not alone. So there's a lot of people dealing with this issue, and that's why Elaine and I are so dedicated, and it's our mission to get this material out to more people so that they can heal their life and stop the unnecessary pain and suffering that they're doing to themselves because they didn't know any better. So understand that when you go shopping, understand that Americans are all about, they're bombarded with capitalism. You need to buy this thing to feel better. You need to get this bigger house to be happy. It's an illusion, okay? And I'm here to tell you, from a man who has lost $1 million within 2 years, This is why I do what I do, is because I hoarded my money and then I hoarded my things, and the universe taught me a lesson and it all went away, and it caused 8 years of depression, anxiety, pain, and suffering. And that's why I do what I do. I don't want you to make the same mistakes that I did. Okay? So understand that when you are shopping or acquiring, if you go to Goodwill or a secondhand store or a yard sale, it is not about the thing. Get that. It's not about the item itself. It is about the experience or the feeling that you're going to get during that journey of hunting for that next treasure. Or, oh, I'm going to get a great deal. Oh my God, it's a sale. I'm going to get it. You got to understand, it's the experience, the feeling that you get during that journey. So understand that 60%, this is a study that was done and it's proven with our clients too, that 60% of the time when you bring that bag or that QVC, you just ordered an item and it comes into your home, 60% of the time, you never even look at the item again. It goes into a corner, the bag goes over here in the closet, and you never even look at the item. So that is proof that it's not about the item itself. It's about the experience. It's the rush. It's the feeling. So what we have learned through our formula is that if we can substitute that behavior of that rush feeling for something that is actually going to serve you, it's not going to waste your money financially and make you destitute because you constantly have to go get that next hit. It's almost like a drug. Give me the next hit. And you know that if you're doing it, it's very short lasting because the experience is only maybe 15 minutes, a half hour when I go search for it, and then it's over. But then this is what happens, and this is the sickness and part of this behavior, is then you go home and you feel so much shame, so much guilt, so much embarrassment that you literally just want to cry and you want to isolate yourself. And we get that. But I'm here to share with you that there's another way. You can actually substitute those feelings of getting that experience, getting that high, that doesn't hurt your family. Because guess what? A lot of kids who grow up in this lifestyle and in this home are actually feeling, and because we've interviewed a lot of them and worked with a lot of them and coached a lot of them, a lot of the kids end up going to doing drugs, alcohol, being promiscuous because they think their parents thought the things were more important than them. And it's not your fault, because society is constantly bombarding you that if you get this next thing, then you'll be happy. So it's an insatiable cycle of I got to go out and get it. And then that ends up causing the depression. Well, you might be also dealing with depression by itself. To share with you, the number one issue with people who clutter is a trauma or a loss, and specifically a loss of a loved one. So it's because of unprocessed feelings and how you're thinking about that uncertainty that life is bringing you. My mom just died, and now the universe just took my brother, and then maybe my son died, and you just can't take it anymore, the uncertainty. So you end up having all of this stuff around you for the certainty and for the security blanket that you feel. But here's what happens, is over time, these things that you thought gave you security is actually suffocating you. You're actually drowning in your own havingness. This is what we find. And over time, and it takes some time for it to really affect your life. But there's a better way. What we have found is when our clients actually, within weeks, who start getting our strategies and our theories and our tools, and they start habitually changing the way they're thinking, because the way they think changes the way they feel. And then when they change the way they feel, they behave differently. So now they can actually go out to stores and they have a new game. How many times can I go out to a store and not bring home bags of stuff? That's their new game. So it is possible for you. And these are people who have shopped for 30, 40 years. So I'm here to share with you that it's about the experience. It's about the feeling. And I think you intuitively know that. Your heart will tell you that. So what we do is show you how to change the way of even the past, something that's happened in the past. Someone died, let's say a divorce, because that's a loss of a loved one, that we can actually shift the way you're focusing on that and the meaning on that, so it makes you feel differently. So we have, that's all part of our formula. But so 60% of the items when you go buying, and you already know this, that you don't actually use the item. So that proves you to the point to you that it's not about the thing. And thus, to end up solving the issue, it's not about the thing. It's about the experience and the feelings that you get. And that's what we address. So, excuse me. So a big part of clutter and hoarding, whatever you want to call it, because we're not very big on labels. We're big on the quality of your life. Do you want to live this way anymore? Do you want to get out of comfort? Yes, I know it's comfortable, but you know a little bit of you each day is dying a little bit inside because of the isolation, the depression, the anxiety that you feel. And it turns into, the worst case is agoraphobia, where I can't even leave my house. And we've worked with people even with that. So it's all about taking this negative vortex, because it does. Every day it gets worse. We can share it with you. Time does not make this better. It makes it really worse. So it's all about taking this negative vortex and turning it back up around, which can happen very, very quickly with our formula. So understand that it's the scarcity mindset, that if I don't have these things, I will not be okay. I'm not going to be okay without my stuff. Or let's say I get rid of something and I need it in the future. Oh my God, what's going to happen? What if I need it? What if someone I love needs it? That's living in the what if world. And we're going to teach you all of that. It's just, I'm trying to give you some great content to understand the framework of what's going on, because we have it down. If you're not noticing, we got it down pat. And it's so unnecessary. So understand that anxiety is a big part of this clutter. Okay? It's this underlining anxiety, which is what we address. And understand that 75% of the people who deal with anxiety also deal with depression, because they're dealing with anxiety so much that they become depressed, and they do depression. And we'll show you in our formula how, in our next video, I'm actually even going to show you how you do depression and how to stop it, because I'm going to share with you the 8 years that I did depression. It became a time where Elaine actually went to a funeral, and I was so depressed that I couldn't even go to the funeral. And I was sitting home watching TV, and I felt so down, so bad. This is why I do what I do. And I turned off the TV, and I said, no more, no more. I can't take this anymore. This quiet desperation that has become my life, this is not why I was born. And I knew that deep inside, but I didn't know what I didn't know. But I said, I make a choice here and now to transform my life and go find out what I don't know. And that took me on a journey of 10,000 hours between Elaine and I, of certifications, understanding the brain, understanding biochemically, understanding different modalities, understanding as much as I could so that I could stop doing depression if there was a way. And I'm proud to tell you, after all that work and literally spending tens of thousands of dollars investing the last little bit of money, because I lost $1 million, everything that I worked for, and I got fired twice because of my depression. I ended up, Elaine almost died. She came 20 minutes from dying because she had a perforated colon. So I just had a lot of things that happened to me in life, and no one gives us a manual of how to deal with it. But I'm here to actually give you the manual, because I went out to go create it. And what is great is, within 3 days, after 8 years of doing depression to myself, feeling like a victim, feeling sorry for myself, not wanting what happened to happen, to resist that, that's where my pain and suffering came from. And if you're dealing with clutter, most likely you're doing the same thing. that in 3 days, I was out of depression and I've never been back one day. And I took 30 days to make sure it was a habit, that it became habitual, and I've never been back. And I'm proud to say that I've shown thousands of others exactly the formula, what I did, of how to do the same thing. So it is definitely, the anxiety and depression is a big part of it, but it's due to the loss or the trauma that has occurred in your life. I can tell you that that's actually what triggers it. And then no one has given you a manual of how to deal with it until now. So this is a blank slate. This is your future, okay? I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. No matter what you've tried, if you've tried drugs, if you've tried psychologists, psychiatrists, most of the people we've worked with one-on-one have actually seen maybe 8 to 12 different psychologists and psychiatrists over 30 years, 10 to 30 years. And I can share with you that the psychologists and psychiatrists have been trained in my opinion, an archaic manner. It's about talk therapy. Talk therapy only, there's neuro pathways that are in your brain, and all it does is keep spinning the same record of how do you feel? I feel bad. Talk therapy doesn't kick you out of that. If that's a record playing, it doesn't scratch the record, so it doesn't play the same. That's what Elaine and I do, is we scratch your record so it doesn't, the way you think, the way you feel, which has become habitual, is not the same anymore. And then all of a sudden, you act differently, you behave differently, and you show up in the world differently. That's how it works. So I'm excited to explain this information to you on the next video that we're going to send out to you. We're actually really excited. I'm personally really excited to show you my journey of the thousands of hours of figuring out, how was I doing depression? How was I contributing to it so that I could stop it? So I'm really happy to share that with you. And then in addition, we're also going to go through our 5-step formula, the whole thing. So make sure that you actually click on our next video, because it's going to be even better than this if you enjoyed this information. So, and again, we're actually launching this event, this really exciting event, because of so much request from people. So at the end of these videos, we'll give you an opportunity, if you want to go deeper, then you can with Elaine and I. And we're going to do it in a group setting, and it's going to be really fun because you're going to co-create it with us, and it's going to be really exciting. And so that way we can know we're going to answer all your questions, because you're going to co-create it and customize it with us. So really, really exciting. So if this is not why I'm doing the videos, but we're all about giving you the resources of whatever you need. Until I talk about that event, if you need the Hoard No More Rescue Kit, you can go to hoardnomore.org, or this is our newest product, and I would highly recommend doing this if you actually want to hear our coaching, our tools, our strategy, and also listen to other people getting coaching. Then you want to go to clutterandanxiety.com, and you can actually get it there, okay? But that's not why I'm doing these videos, but I'm all about giving the resources when people need them, and I'm really excited to share the next video. So thank you for listening. I honor you for at least being open to know some new information, because that's what I did, and it got me out of a negative spiral that I just couldn't get out of. So we're here to help you if you're inviting it. Okay? Thank you. Bye-bye.